Hello, friends. I'm here today in the yellow room. I'm glad that you're joining me today. In the morning, the kids that are in our class, they have a chance to put their name on this attendance board. So this one says at home, and this one says at school. So I'm going to read you the names of the friends that are at home. I like to use this stick. Do you see how it has a hand at the top? But it helps me to point kind of far away. So at home today, we had Dakota, Theo, Nolan, Gavin, Kaylee, Alana, James, we have James Gutzmer, James Poggi, 2 James, Jenna, and Joey. Let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, 10 friends at home. Here are the friends that came to school today. Ellie, Jojo, Gabe, Ella, Livy, Wiley, Graham, Beckham, Alana. Let's count how many were at school today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes I like to get out a marker and I write down how many friends are at home and how many friends are at school. So I know I had 9 at school today. And then do you remember how many were at home? At home we had 10 friends. If I want to make a number 10, I have to first make a number 1. That's a pretty easy one to make. And then I make a 0. There's my 10. It looks like we had more friends at home today than at school. Let's sing our hello song, and then I have a story for you and a little game to play. Hello everybody, how do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Hello everybody, how do you do? God loves you today. All right, today I brought a little story, and you might recognize this mouse. This mouse is in a book called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. And it seems like a lot of friends know that story. So this one is by the same author. So the person who wrote the book, her name is Laura Numrov. The person that made the pictures is Felicia Bond. So Felicia Bond and Laura Numrov have worked together to make lots of books. This one is called If You Take a Mouse to School. Now if you look carefully at the cover, it looks like he's sitting on the edge of a lunchbox. That shows really how small he is, doesn't it? On the back, here's my clue. There's a little book. I wonder if this little book is going to be in the story somewhere. Let's give it a look. If You Take a Mouse to School. If You Take a Mouse to School by Laura Numrov and Felicia Bond. Look at the boy. He's got pajamas on with cookies. Well, that makes me think of If You Give a Mouse a Cookie right away. Oh. If you take a mouse to school, he'll ask you for your lunchbox. When you give him your lunchbox, he's going to want a sandwich and a snack for later. Then he'll need a notebook and some pencils, and he'll probably want to share your backpack too. Look at how he's sharing the backpack. He's actually in the backpack instead of carrying it. That's perfect for him. When you get to school, he'll put his things in your locker, and then he'll take a look around. Here's all these kids at desks. The mouse is peeking out from the book right here. He's taking a look around. He might do a little math. He might spell some words, and maybe he'll even do a science experiment. He'll need to wash up, so you'll have to take him to the bathroom. He's filled up the whole sink with purple slime from his experiment. Once he's nice and clean, he'll be ready for his lunch. And on the way to the lunchroom, he'll see some building blocks. And he'll build a little mouse house. Does that look like a little mouse house to you? It doesn't to me either. It looks pretty big. He'll make some furniture out of Play-Doh. And then he'll need some books for his bookshelf. He'll start to write one of his own. So he'll need a lot of paper. We saw that clue on the back, that little book. And here he is, writing his book. Good clue for what's happening inside. He'll probably use up all of his pencils. And when he's finished, he will want to show his book to you. Then he'll want to take it home, and so he'll put the book in your lunchbox. And then he tucks the lunchbox in a safe place. We tucked it right on the toy shelf. When the bell rings, he'll run out to wait for the bus. While he's waiting, he'll play a game of soccer. Then he'll ask you to shoot a few baskets. And maybe he'll do a little skateboarding. When he stops to catch his breath, he will want to eat a snack. So he'll ask you for your lunchbox. Oh no. Why does he look worried? Is the lunchbox in the boy's backpack? It got left on that shelf. He tucked it away. And chances are, if he asks you for your lunchbox, then you will have to take him back to school. Oh, and then it starts all over again. Now I have a story. I have a game about a little mouse. So I have a little purple mouse, and I'm going to hide him behind some colored houses. So I'm going to lay the mouse down. I'll show you how he looks. That little cute purple mouse. I'm going to cover up the mouse with a house. And I want you to guess which house he's hiding under. Now, since you're watching me on a video, I can't really hear what you're saying. But if you think that maybe the mouse is under the greenhouse, wait to see if you're right. Okay, so here's my board. Here's my houses. And I have a little rhyme that goes like this. Little mouse, are you in a colored house? Let's give it a try. Little mouse, are you in the red house? Nope. All right, do you have a guess of where he could be? Little mouse, are you in the yellow house? Nope. Little mouse, are you in the greenhouse? No. Which should I try next? I have blue, orange, and purple. Little mouse, are you in the orange house? Ooh, there he is. Did you guess it would be orange? All right, guess again, and I'll hide him one more time. All right. I like this board. I call this my flannel board, and everything will stick to it, which makes it kind of fun because I can hold it nice and straight and nothing falls off. Here we go. Guess again where you think the little mouse could be. Little mouse, are you in the greenhouse? Let's see. Nope. Little mouse, are you in the yellow house? No. Little mouse, are you in the orange house? All right. Little mouse, are you in the red house? Ooh, 2 left. What's your guess? Little mouse, are you in the blue house? There he is. Okay, I'm going to put my flannel board down. And the last thing I'd like to do with you today is tell you a story about Jesus. So I have some things I'm going to put on my board. I like this side where we can put little magnets. Do you see how it has those magnets on the back? And things will stick. The other thing I can do with my board is turn it around, and there's something on the other side. Here we go. Hey, on the other side, I call this my flannel board. It's kind of like this one, where things can stick to it, but it's much bigger. So I'm going to tell you a story about Jesus. So Jesus, he loved boys and girls. He really wanted to teach boys and girls, moms and dads. He wanted to teach them about God. He wanted to teach them about heaven. Sometimes Jesus would heal people. He was very busy, and people always wanted to come close to him wherever he went. They knew that he was something very special. So Jesus thought he really could use some helpers. Now at our school, Mrs. Hines is the principal, and she takes care of all kinds of families and kids, but she cannot do the job all by herself. So she has to have other teachers like me come to school to help teach the kids about Jesus and heaven and God and all sorts of things. So Jesus needed some helpers too. So Jesus knew some different men that were fishermen. He knew someone who was called a tax collector. He collected money from people's houses. He knew all sorts of people, and he really wanted to pick people that he thought would do a really good job. So the first person he talked to was Andrew. Now Andrew's job was to be a fisherman. And Jesus said, now I know you like to catch fish, but do you think you could stop catching fish and come help me to tell others about God? And Andrew said, Jesus, I will do it. I love you. I believe in you. I can help. And Andrew had a big brother named Peter. Peter also became one of Jesus' helpers. Here's Simon. Simon was very smart. Maybe he could have been a teacher. Maybe he was in charge of a town. But Jesus knew that Simon would be very thoughtful. He would think about people. He would think about what they needed. So Jesus asked Simon to be a helper. Simon said yes. Now, Simon was a thinker. Here's Thomas. Thomas sometimes questioned things. If Jesus said, Thomas, we need to go to this town, Thomas would say, is that really a good idea? So he didn't always believe Jesus, but Jesus still knew he would be a great helper. Here's Judas. Now Judas also was one of Jesus' helpers. Later on in the Bible, it talks about Jesus when he died on the cross. And Judas was not very kind to Jesus. And when soldiers were looking for Jesus, they didn't know where to find him. And they said, Judas, if you tell us where Jesus is, we will give you money. And Judas did. He felt so sad after he did that. So he really wanted to help Jesus, but then when someone gave him money, he changed his mind. Not such a great friend. Oh, here's James. Jesus found James. He was taking a little swim in the sea. He was relaxing, but he said, yes, Jesus, I will help you. Now here's Matthew. Matthew's job is to collect money from people. He's very smart. He knows a lot. Jesus thought Matthew would be a great helper, and Matthew said, Jesus, you bet. Here's James. James was also a fisherman, and he was sitting on the side of the sea, sewing up his fishing nets that had gotten all ripped up. And Jesus said, I could really use your help. Do you think you could help me tell others about heaven? And he said, you bet. Here's another Judas. This one was very nice to Jesus for his whole life. He came to be a helper. And here's John. John was his best friend. There's a lot of stories in the Bible about Jesus. And in those stories, John is there. So of course, Jesus wanted his best friend to help him out. And here's Philip. Philip was a neighbor to Andrew. And Andrew said, Philip, I know this great man. He is going to change the world. Do you want to help? Philip said, sure. And then Philip said, wait a minute. I know another man named Nathaniel. Let's also see if Nathaniel will help. So all of these men said they would be Jesus' helpers. Now the Bible calls them Jesus' disciples. Jesus' friends that were teachers, disciples. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we will hear, oh, sorry about that, Nathaniel. He slid right off the board. We will learn about Jesus, and we'll also talk about some of his helpers. And so this is an easy way to remember. I don't remember all of their names all the time, but I do know that they're Jesus' disciples. That's the piece I remember. All right, why don't you pray with me, and then we can sing our goodbye song. You can say the words after me. That's called an echo prayer. Dear Jesus, help me to tell others about you. Help me to be a disciple. Keep me safe. Keep me healthy. Amen. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, my friends, to you. God bless you everywhere you go, in all you say and do. Goodbye, 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 my friends, to you. God bless you everywhere you go, in all you say and do. Bye, friends. I'll see you later. Maybe we'll get a chance to meet where we can talk to each other over the computer. I would love that so much. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.